Demary. And what I would like to do is to give you an introduction and a little bio about our speaker tonight. Just in case you don't know him, and for those who do know him, you already know about his immaculate record. What I would like to do, also asking everyone that is new on here tonight, if you don't mind putting your name, email address, and phone numbers in the chat, just so we'll have that information for any future references, or if you're interested in the information after this, you can also put that information in. We would greatly appreciate it, and any type of feedback. So without further ado, let me just give you a little background on Mr. Sabor Demary, who we all know is the man. Mr. Sabor Demary is a security acquisition manager, and he's an accredited real estate investor, which we all know, he's a very good one. He helps a lot of people. He's a managing partner of a mortgage and servicing company. And within that company, he purchased and brokers performing and non-performing bank loans from all different type of financial institutions. His company typically assists in acquisitions that is approximately 2.5 million in loans every month. And on top of that, he currently owns 29 investment properties and is working on more as we speak. He has some with partners and some that he do individually, which is a great thing, because that means he's open to helping people as long as we're ready to do the work. And he also manages 2 online stores, right? It's called New Cart Marketplace. You want to check that out, write that down, New Cart Marketplace. And Lulux is the other one that's online. If you're interested in seeing what's going on with that, feel free to check it out. So I just want to let you guys know, every Friday evening, we host this call called the Debt Weapon meeting. And what we teach on this call is very simple steps on how to prepare your personal credit, paying off your debt at an accelerated rate, which is really cool because, we pay our credit cards, we pay it monthly, and that debt is not going down quick enough. But he teaches us a method and a strategy that has been successful for many years to teach you how to pay down that debt at an accelerated rate. And with that, in those strategies that he teaches us, it's a way to engage your mind and to change your mindset and how you think about your money and think about how you use your credit. He wants to get that mindset changed from being a consumer where we just buy, and become an investor where we buy and spend money, but we also have money coming back to us. So that is what we want to do. And that's what he wants to teach, is how to leverage money and how to have passive income. So tonight, our topic tonight that he's going to be talking about is definitely going to be something about mind change. So I'm just going to ask everyone just to engage and humor me for a little while. And if you could all just unmute your microphones. I just have we have this little saying that we like everyone to say. And I just like you to repeat after me. So if you can just unmute your microphones and just participate in this will probably get your mind where we need it to be for tonight's call. So this is what I'm going to say. Just repeat. This is my life.
This is my life. This is my life.
I declare today my mindset has changed.
I declare today my mindset has changed.
I am clear about my path.
I am clear about my path.
I am debt-free.
I am debt-free.
I walk in the understanding of my finances.
I walk in the understanding of my finances.
I control my spending habits.
I control my spending habits.
I am not a consumer. I am not a consumer.
I am not a consumer.
I am an investor.
I am an investor.
My money works for me.
My money works for me.
All things are possible to me because I believe.
All things are possible to me because I believe.
I am financially sexy.
I am financially sexy.
And I won't give up.
And I won't give up.
Well, thank you so much for participating in my little exercise. We hope that opened up your mind. So what we're going to talk about tonight and it's going to lead us right into the segue of what he is going to discuss. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you, to some, and present to others, Mr. Sabor Demiri. And sir, if you can hear me, this now is on you.
Hey y'all, how are y'all doing today? So first things first, I want to congratulate Jonas. If he's here, Jonas, you here?
Hold on one second.
Yes, I am.
I want to congratulate you. So Jonas has been working with me trying to learn how to broker notes, and he don't know this yet. So I just want to share this with him. I hope y'all can see my screen. Give me one second. I think I hit the wrong screen. Jonas. So Jonas has been working with me, trying to learn how to broker notes and create passive income. So recently he actually contacted somebody that was on the internet, and they had some properties to sell that was a mobile home with land. And the guy actually did the closing today. He actually sent me over the documents of the seller finance. So we're going to end up brokering this for him. So I just let Jonas know. So this is his first time hearing this. So congratulations, bro. I'll have all those quotes for you Monday. You know, give me 24 hours. You know I'm busy, man. So congratulations there, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. Listen, I just want to say thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So my talk of the night is my talk of the night, y'all, is going to be mindset. And it came at a good time because I got a call from a young lady earlier when Renee just called me, and she called me probably about a year and a half ago. She was a subject of identity fraud. So she had like $7,000 worth of identity fraud, but the person that frauded her was a family. They stole her social security number and got all types of debt and all types of stuff in her name. And she was just out and she didn't know what to do and blah, blah, blah. And I told her I can help her. So, you know, we fought those identity fraud charges and things like that, and also updated her credit score. But she didn't have a vision or a goal. She was a W-2 worker. And I'm going to tell everybody on this phone call that's tonight that works for a job that's a W-2 employee, I am a business owner. I am an entrepreneur. I've always been an entrepreneur. For those that's a W-2 employee, you have to start looking at yourself as an entrepreneur. Because when you go into your job and clock in, you are invoicing them for your time and your services. This is how you make the first transition into what I'm talking about. You have to start thinking on a different level. You have to start making decisions on a different level. The reason why I always use the slogan, and everybody know my slogan, movement is a movement. The reason I make that slogan, because there's 3 important steps that go with that. First, you got to know where you are, where you want to go, and then you got to make the move. You have to know where you are, know where you want to go, then you have to make the move financially. Same thing for my men. Y'all know I get on y'all men about paying the bills in the household and all that stuff. I know y'all know I stay on y'all about that type stuff. But again, you got to know where you are, know where you want to go, and start making moves. One thing that I always see is procrastination. People always tell me they're going to start, I want to start, and they never actually start. And that is going to be the killer of all dreams. I've always been the one to say, once I put my mind on something, I'm going to do it regardless of what. Nobody's going to stop me. Nobody can tell somebody give me 1,000 no's why it won't work. I'm going to give you 1,000 yeses why it will work. You know, so that's what I want to talk about tonight. You know, what we teach in this class is one way how to level up your credit and create generational wealth with a good credit score. You know, having a good credit can save you $1,000. You know, money saved can be money invested. Now, most people, they have some money coming in, say 4,000 coming in, they got $4,000 coming out. But we do not know what our cash flow is, meaning how much money we have left over actually after our expenses. That's why it's so important that people join our program, get our Velocity Banking cash flow worksheet, learn your numbers. You're going to have to start moving off your numbers. You know, if I don't know what my numbers is, I don't know what my goal is, I don't know how to move. So we have to know our numbers. You know, a good credit score, usually around 700 plus, can save you in so many ways. You know, you're able to increase your financial options. You're able to get lower interest rates. You're able to apply, you know, for less purchases, paying less interest. You have investment opportunities with that. I know with the same lady that was from identity fraud, once we were able to clean up her identity fraud, her first credit card was $1,500. She called me today and she said, so boy, you know, I got $80,000. I'm like, in credit? She's like, no, in the bank. And I'm working on my 3rd investment property. Say that again. I was like, okay, I hear you. You know what I mean? But it was the mindset shit. She came to me with a vision, and we put that vision into action. And we put that vision into, you know, tangible plans. And we actually got it through. Same with Jonas. He been working on it hard. He called me with everything. Jonas been throwing bricks at the wall. I'm like, Jonas, that is not a mortgage note. Get off my phone. You know what I mean? But he actually pulled something off and he made it stick. And you know, congratulations to him again. But anyways, I want to talk about the mental block of financial freedom. We've all heard growing up the things like money don't grow on trees. Don't ask me for nothing. What I look like I'm made out of money. You know, anybody share something that you heard before. I know I heard a million things. You know, share something that you heard about money when growing up. Rich people were evil. You know, money was the root of all evil. You know what I mean? I remember one time I was riding in a cab in a nice part of Tennessee, over here where I live at. It's Franklin, and the guy was saying to me, he said, "Yeah, they get some big old houses, but they all evil." You know what I mean? Like, you know, having money, those are the type of mental blocks that we put on ourselves. Jonas, you had one for me?
Yeah, I did. I actually was reading from the Bible about that God provides. And, you know, I remember somebody saying, oh, stop stressing about money, stop stressing about work, because God's going to provide. But God provides for those who work for themselves. God provides when you put the effort. So you're responsible for your effort, you know? And I always believe that the more work I do, you know, God's going to reward it. So I'm just grateful for today, and I'm grateful that this is all working out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. Anybody
I
else?
appreciate you.
I see you over there. I see you over there, Hancy. I see you back there working in that kitchen and listening. Appreciate you. All right. So following up what Jonas said, now, if you want to be financially free and you aren't making the steps to make yourself free, even though you know what the steps are, then you know you have a mental block. We've all been seen and been around abusive relationships, and we ask ourselves questions like, why does she keep going back to him? Or why does he let her belittle him like that as a man? You know, most relationships that we see has the same thing kind of relationship what we have on our finances and our financial future. You know, we don't realize that we have mental conditions that have been set on us a certain kind of way. You know, my thought is, if you're trying to rationalize or make excuses in your head of why you don't have, or why you're, you know, are always behind or not trying to move forward, then to me, you're playing the victim and not the victor. You know what I'm saying? You're playing the victim and not the victor. Anybody who's on this call right now have already taken the steps to move themselves forward in their financial future. But again, we have 93 million Americans that live in debt. We have 93 million Americans that do not have a financial or plan. They're just living paycheck to paycheck. They're not using their cash flow to invest. They're not using their cash flow in this and this and that. Hancy's on my call. I see you, Hancy, working. But one thing that we had today that me and him spoke about, because we have a group that we different business owners in the morning, and the young lady was on the call today. I think her name was Eve. I don't know if she's here or not. But Eve said, "Well, I work a W-2 job, but I want to start my own business, but I don't know how." And somebody asked her, you know, Eve, what's your goal? She said, "Well, I want to start a job with a hair care product." And some lady chimed in and told her a little something. And then I came and I said, Eve, if you want to start a hair care company, the easiest thing that you can do is create a drop shipping company. A drop shipping store is going to cost you $300 to start. Another $200 to create, you know, for marketing, and another $200 if you want them to do all your plugins and add your product. So that's a total of $700 to start a business. All of us have close to $700 to start a business, to create passive income for ourselves. It don't have to be what I do, real estate, but you have that money. And if you're in our program, you're learning how to leverage your credit to buy those businesses. You're using your credit to move yourself to a new financial future. So that's what I'm talking about when I say mindset shift. You know what I mean? I think that, you know, we have to be winners. You know, I know on my side, my team is winning. You know what I mean? We've seen $30,000. We've seen $25,000 this week. We've seen a $40,000. And I even got approved for a $50,000 with capital on tap. So I know that we have a winning team, that people are actually generating income and actually moving themselves forward. So I want you guys to start thinking like that. It is a mental shift. You have the condition not to have. And I know a lot of times it's just like somebody that's around you that complains and complains and complains all the time. And first you feel sympathetic, but after a while, you're like, I don't want this person around me. It's the same thing that we have about finances. That's why they said 3 broke people in the room, you're going to be the 4th. You know what I mean? So you have to start being around people like my man Lloyd that has nothing but money to spend and just call me all day and it's ready to make moves in his life. I want everybody to be ready to make moves in life. That's what we're about here. We're a winning team here. We don't make excuses. We don't rationalize. We fight. And we have to fight. We have to fight for our financial freedom. We have to fight for our children. We have to fight for our families. We have to fight for who we are. We have to fight for our last name, not our first name. You know, be a soldier for your higher power is good, as well as being a servant. Again, being a soldier for your higher power is good, but also being as well as being a servant. You know, a lot of us want to be servants, but a lot of us don't want to be soldiers. You have to get up, put them bootstraps on, and be a soldier in your financial future, in your financial education, and be there. Rodney, thank you for coming in, man. Again, our slogan is movement is a movement. That means know where you are, know where you want to go, and start moving. You know, we have so many people on here that's been generating income, doing things out there. I get a million calls. I know y'all see my call log Monday. I think I shared with some of y'all 56 calls of people actually want to move. But then we have those that's not here that don't want to move. And those are the people that we're trying to reach. We're trying to reach people that actually need this information. So if you know people, please, please, please share this information with them, and we can do anything that we can to help them. I'm good, bro. All right. So before we begin and get on the same page about what's financial freedom to me personally is meaning having income, money work for me. So my income, my money working for me is about creating passive income. So if I'm a W-2 employee or if I am have my own business, well, my goal is to use my extra income that I have in my household every month and to create a passive income. Me, I use real estate. But again, you can open up a drop shipping store. I have a young boy that will go to Mercedes-Benz and BMW. He'll buy their cars at a lower rate. They have older cars for like $5,400. He leverages his business credit. He buys those cars at 38, get them detailed, and go and sell them for what they were asking for, $6,000, $7,000. Those are things that we can do to create passive income in our lives. You know, I have people that buy on here that buy mobile homes, they rent them out. And then we also have some people that on here that have rental properties. Anything that's going to help you generate extra income is what we're trying to teach. Is the method that we're trying to show how to get for. Now, with our 29 properties that we currently do, we don't do what most people do as far as renting them out or anything, or fix them up and put them on the market. What we do is with a strategy, I know Rosie will kill me, but we use a strategy called seller financing. Okay, with seller financing, it allows me to collect principal and interest payments for the term of that loan. It can be a 30-year loan that somebody took out with us, a 20-year loan, or a 15-year loan. What that does is give my family, if anything happens to me, that gives my family a security. Now, now we have 29. So imagine 29 properties paying you $1,000 a month. That is financial security that will bless you. That was financial security that would help you and your family grow if anything happens to you. Some people don't even have they bank on the life insurance policy. We bank on the God let me win the lottery mindset. We don't want that for you. We want you to create your wealth. You know what I mean? We want you to be financially secure and financially sexy, as I call it. You know, so that's my thing. So again, we all heard the things that we grew up that greatly affected us. It's called mental programming. When we were young, we heard stuff like money don't grow on trees again. So I want to ask, you know, some of the things that you feel that you're blessed with tonight. You know what I mean? I want to understand, like, I know some people say I'm blessed and I'm grateful to have a job. I'm blessed and grateful to have my family. You know, but do you really understand what that means to you financially? Do you really understand how does that affect your family? You know, again, like the young lady, she came out of college in debt with her student loans, but not only that, she was a subject to identity fraud by her own family, her own family members. You know what I mean? Now, why was her family member, who's probably older than her, do something like that to a young woman that has her whole life ahead of her? You know what I'm saying? And because they had generational ignorance, they don't know anything about finances. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody heard some kind of stories that's similar to that. That was somebody was subject to identity fraud or whatever, and their family put them in a rut. So, quick round table. I just want to hear, what are some stories that you heard about people that have been subject to identity fraud or whatever. Go ahead, Hansi. I hear you. I see you, bro.
So like one of my cousins, so like this happens with a lot with Black families. Like my cousin, when we were younger, my stepmom used to use my cousin name for the light bill, the cable, all type of stuff. So now that my cousin's 27, 28,
I'm trying
she's trying to get stuff done. She got to backtrack. So I told her, like, even now, like I told her, like, yo, just say that wasn't you. You were too young. Like it shows that you were 17, 14, 13 on the report. So, go ahead and call and get that found out. But with our generation, and I'm 93, baby. She 92. With our generation, we stuck in the middle. I call it stuck in the middle. We learned from the 80s babies and the 70s, and then we got the 90s and the 2000s game, but we still got exactly what you said, the money don't grow on trees mind. And we got the hustler mentality at the same time. So like, she don't want to make the call because she like, it's gonna take too long. It's no hair off your chest to make this call, but that's one of the things I see a lot with our people. And then with me, me on the other hand, like personally, I'm an only child, and my mom and my dad died when I was young. So I never got taught anything about credit. I never got taught not a lick of thing about credit. So now that I had got a TV and they were like, you want to put it on credit? I was like, nah. If I was smart, I would have put it on credit because I could have paid that TV within 2 months. I had all the money then. I could have just held that money and just paid it off and built my credit up, and I didn't know. So I love what you're doing, teaching us this right here and how to leverage our credit and everything.
Appreciate you.
So yeah.
Anybody else got something to say about that as far as what you heard about money or any subject? Go ahead, Renee. I see you about to go in. You had to move around in your chair. Oh, yeah, I got you.
I think the young man who just spoke kind of really covered it all, because I think we all have heard at some point in time that, like he said, somebody used somebody's name when they was young to put the name in the lights or the cable bill or whatever. And I think that's just really common in the minority communities, right? Because again, it's because of the lack of knowledge that we don't have, because we don't have that knowledge and that information. So we only do what we know, right? So that saying, it says, when you know better, you do better. So as you teach us this stuff and you teach us these strategies, it's going to help us to increase our knowledge and actually be better. And not just that, but be able to teach other people so they don't keep going into that cycle that we all have been in some form or another. We've all been touched by what he just said, right? And even with the lady with the identity theft, we have all been, if we don't know somebody, somebody that knows somebody that's been, you've heard stories. So I think, what you're doing is very important. And the point that he made was very valid.
Thank you. All right. So now on the flip side of that, there comes a part of responsibility that everybody has to stick to on this call. This responsibility is called collections, charge-offs, all types of stuff. Renee and Rosie, I think Brandon was on the call too. We witnessed this woman this week that was 52 years old. She had 65 charge-offs, 17 collections. That means that lady got all types of stuff and never made one payment. That is no lie. This is a true story. 52 years old. She has one credit card for $250 that's maxed out. And this is a true story. So not only is what we've been conditioned to do, we have to take responsibilities for our finances, collections and charge-offs and things like that. I will fight those things for you. We would get those things off of your credit score. off your credit report. But going forward, it is your responsibility to pay those bills. I do not remove those things for you to buy stuff and not make no more payments again. You know what I mean? We are about building our community. We are about building with people that needs to actually have a financial future for their family. So again, collections and charge off, if you work with us, if I see him back on there again, we're gonna have problems. I don't know what kind of problems, but we're gonna have problems because that's not how we build. We have to build ourselves as a community. We have to again think about where we're at, where we're going, and start moving. We have to think about our family's financial future.
May I
Again,
ask a question, sister?
yeah, sure.
What about financial, like, my bad. What about the school loans and stuff like that? Because I have $27,000 in student loans, and that's pretty much the bulk of my credit. The things that's on my credit. I probably have like 2 more things on there, and I haven't checked as well. Last time I checked was like 5 years ago, but I still get the mail from the state for that. But is there, like, I know there was a way that I can debate that or however, but I know it adds up every year. You feel what I'm saying? For no reason.
Yeah, the interest on it. So
yeah.
I know they're gonna kill me because this is some part of the coaching program, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. Student loan is a line of credit. So it actually benefits you to have those open if you don't have any other trade lines. However, if you haven't made any payments from those, you need to be on an IDR, meaning an income-driven plan or forbearance. That because there is no reason why nobody on this call should have a late student loan payment or no payments to your student loans at all, because they give you so many options. You can just call and say, I'm not working, I wasn't working, whatever, and get a financial plan with them. And that way you can, even with that forbearance, they still report you as paid on, blah, blah, blah. But I don't want to go too far in there because I see Renee, her eyes switching at me. But yeah,
there we go.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. But
It's
definitely,
fine.
yeah. But definitely, none of us should have late student loan payments, especially right now. I guess the forbearance. I know some of the people had late payments before the forbearance, before the moratorium came in. But yeah, you definitely should never have a late student loan payment. There's no reason for it, because they give you so many options, and you need that. Sometimes most people in our course, we teach them that's the last debt that you want to tackle after you remove all your debt.
Right.
Because you want to keep that open trade line. Most people have student loans for 5-6 years. That is an active trade line for you, meaning that is an active account that helps boost your credit score. Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sabu.
I wanted to speak. This right.
Go ahead, Rodney.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I wanted to encourage the gentleman so I can make it short and sweet, but really empower this debt weapon program. What I wanted to share with him is, and I'm scooting away from my wife, her debt is triple what that brother talked about. And yet, through this program, my wife's score at times has been higher than mine. So student loan, I'll be honest, without really embarking upon what we're doing with this movement, you really didn't have a solution, because you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I can attest as being a part of this program. Whew, excuse me, I'm a little winded. We started this process, and I'm telling you, that was the concern, the student loan. And it's not a concern. I really don't talk about it because it really doesn't stop you from going after what you're going. You know, through the sequence of this program, it will become a distant memory while you're building positive assets to eventually pay off that debt anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage that gentleman, because like I said, my wife's debt is triple what yours is, and she has had through this program a higher credit score than mine at times.
Can I say what you started at? Can I ask what she started at roughly around?
500.
Yeah, and what she currently
It's
at?
like 500.
We talked about it this meeting, and her talked about it. And she's today, right. She's like what?
It was like 500, and then I'll make you laugh. My wife doesn't have a credit card. You know, so this is through just this genius program, and she hasn't really. I believe this program can get people to an 800 credit score with a student loan if you do this, if you're disciplined, and there's a little bit of sacrifice that comes with this. You know what I'm saying? Us being budget bosses, what we'll say. One of the things, you know, with the myths, you know, I heard you guys talking about the myths, managing money. We were not taught how to manage money. You know what I'm saying? So the aspect with our business, it's budgeting, managing those finances, and then it's this debt weapon program. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And some people manage their funds well. So it's right to this debt weapon program, you know, and I'm beating that for people that are on here, because it's interesting that this month is Juneteenth. And it's interesting that there's articles out here that says people don't want to go back to work. So I'm suggesting a great solution to not having to work anymore or work for much longer is actually dealing with the debt weapon program. I'm excited about it. Sabor knows what he's talking about because I'm living proof of it, as well as a couple other people on here. But I'm excited, you know, and I urge people to, if you've been in a rut with what you're going to do as far as building passive assets. The other thing too, I think, is a threshold that we've had to deal with is people have been scammed before. You know, sometimes some things seem like it's too good to be true. You know, and I'll tell you this program is so amazing, it'll seem like that too, but I'm telling you, it's true.
Yep. Thank you, Rodney.
I appreciate that, brother. For real. I appreciate it.
That was
Thank you.
go
So
ahead.
Brandon, yeah, I know we gotta get Brandon. We gotta get Brandon's testimony too, because Rodney and Brandon, they gotta go together. And you too, Renee.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So some of you guys may not know, but Al is actually my brother-in-law, and he's been telling me about Velocity Banking for some years now. And just like everyone we were talking about earlier, you have these blockers, and you're kind of skeptical. You know, you've been taught the wrong way, or you've never really been taught. But from me coming up, it was always you make money, you put it in the bank, pay your bills. That was it. That was just how life was. And so time and time, he always told me, keep telling me about it. And I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and try it. I took a leap on faith. And he's my brother-in-law. I trust him, you know. And so the first thing I tackled was my truck. I had a Ford F-150. I had 2 more years left on it, doing a traditional loan. I applied this program, this principle, and I paid my truck off in 2 months. And that's like the God honest truth. I'm like, wow, if I had known this in the beginning, I could have paid my truck off within a year. You know, this process definitely works. Like Rodney kind of said earlier, sometimes it sounds too good to be true, but you really gotta go out there and take a chance. What Al and this program, what we're teaching, is amazing. It's a really way of looking at your financial in a different perspective. You gotta close that, or cut off that little person beside you telling you don't do it. You really gotta go out there and look at what you have, and we provide you all of the tools that you need. You know, we take a look at what you have, look at your net flow, your income, and we can actually help you get financially free. And I'm a living testimony of it.
Wow.
You're muted, Al.
So I know now personally you're working on your mortgage. You have your mortgage paid.
Oh, yes. So
Yeah, so
within the next 14 months, I should have my mortgage completely paid off.
that's some work right there. I appreciate you. That's some work. I appreciate you. I know there's a lot of discipline there, but so let me get Renee. You want to go in? She's like,
Yeah,
you want to go in?
It's all right. You know, we're here because we want to. We really want to encourage people to let them understand that what you're teaching is something that they said like it is real and it works when you work it, right? Anything, I guess anything will work when you work it, right? You figure, you say you want to lose weight, but you don't work out, it ain't gonna work for you. You gotta put the work in, right? So you have to put the work in for it to work. But if you do that, it will work. So I've been in the program, and since I've been in the program, I have been able to pay off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 credit cards, and I'm working on a card right now. And I should be able to pay that credit card off like in the next month or two. But you do have to be really disciplined, and you just have to be conscious, and you have to have that mindset like you really want to change. You know, I was telling Sabor not to just go off the track, but and I had to really think about that. But it's an older story. But my grandmother used to always tell me, you know, she used to use this analogy, you know, because I used to like the way she makes her sweet potato pies. And she said to me, and I used to hang around with these like really bad girls. And she said to me one day, she's like, you know, baby girl, if you like grandma, you like how grandma make her sweet potato pies? Like, yeah, grandma, your sweet potato pies are good. She said, well, yeah, because grandma used the same ingredients all the time. She said, but the minute I change that ingredient, my pie is going to taste different. And she said that to say, for me, not necessarily about finances, but about the people who I was hanging out with, right? Because I was doing the same things with them. We was getting in trouble and all of that. But she was really telling me that so that I can change the people who I was hanging out with. So I started really thinking about that. And I was talking to Sabor about that. And I started thinking about that concept with my money. So if I'm doing the same things with my money, I'm going to have the same kind of results. It's not until I make a change in what I do with my money is when I'm going to see a difference. And then doing this program is when I kind of really, you know, I see that because I'm doing things differently, very different. So I'm very grateful for this information. I'm very grateful for meeting Sabor. And, you know, I'm just very grateful for where I'm going.
Thank you, love. Is it Kamira? Maria? Maria? The one that spoke to everybody in the chat? I want to hear your feedback. You was talking about student loans. Can you hear me? Maybe she's not there.
Is it Kamaria?
Kamaria, are you there? Hey, Audrey.
You know what? That's my daughter's name, and I forgot.
Oh.
I'm like, how did
You're like, who? What's she doing on this phone call?
It's Ness. It's Ness Wanamaker from the group.
Oh, hey, go ahead and tell us about your.
Hi.
Hey, Howard. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead and tell us what you was about to say. No, your thoughts.
Oh, about the student loans. So I have student loans as well. I'm a pharmacist. So that was 6 years of schooling. So that's like 100. Yeah. But I was told that keeping some of those accounts open actually help because they increase the length of like my credit history. They're all in good standings. Like even through this pandemic, I've been paying because 100% of my payments go to my principal at this point. So I've just been paying them down as much as I can, but I'm listening to this program like, well, shoot, what's the key?
Man, the key is to learn how to leverage, the power of leverage. That's what I'm going to tell you. Our key is the power of leverage over here. We teach people how to leverage. Oh, I forgot. Yes, my girl. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Audrey. Go ahead, Audrey. I know I got that. I got that text message about 2 weeks ago. Go ahead.
Just before Audrey goes on, I just wanted to let everyone know that this call is only going to be like an hour, so she's going to be like the last person to speak. And then we're going to close it out because we don't want this call to extend more than that because we know people do have lives, and then we have another meeting to go to after this. So Audrey would probably be the last one to be able to speak, and then we're going to close it out.
Brian, like, nope, we stand up to 12 again.
Well, first I want to say hello to everyone and Sabor. Thank you so much. This program is wonderful. I was a little afraid at first because, I wasn't sure if the credit card companies would do what we asked of them. So I went in, I updated my information, no problem, did it online, that went with ease. Then I increased my limit. I think I added like another, I think 50 or 100,000. I can't remember, but it went up. And this week's Sabor, I didn't tell you, but I just asked the credit card company for $1,000 because I wanted to see how it would work. Transferred it into my checking account with ease, no questions asked, and I just put down 1K on my principal. So I am super excited about that. And I'll pay that off in a month, and then I'll rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And then I'll do another 1,000, and then I'll pay that off in a month and do another 1,000. So I'm like, this process is easy.
It's
like,
easy.
you just got to get out of the fear.
It's easy. It's
Yeah.
easy. It's easy
You
and
got to get
practical.
out of the fear, because I'm telling you, I was scared. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. And I asked them for 1K, transferred it. It was like in my account within 3 days.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
thank you for believing me, Audrey. I thank you for that. It's really really
Oh,
easy.
you're
Now,
welcome.
I know you want to get off the phone because they don't want me on the phone forever. But if you would bear with me, I just want to share with the young lady that spoke before Audrey a quick scenario of what we teach here. And I know a lot of y'all gonna already know this, but again, I just want to share what we teach here on our side.
Sabor, as you prepare to do that, for those of you who are on the call, if you could go into the chat and send a message to Sabor, put your email there so that we can put you on our mailing list so that you can get these emails on your own without someone having to send it to you if you'd like to be on Friday evening. Thank you.
All right, so quickly, I just want to share my screen here. Let me try to move the Zoom over to the other screen. And most of you guys know this, but what we're going to teach in this program, we teach people to know their expenses their cash flow. I'm sorry, I'm saying it again. We're going to teach people their income minus their expenses. It equals their cash flow. Okay, so what that gives us when we have a cash flow, it allows us to pay off our debt at accelerated rate by utilizing our credit cards. Okay, by utilizing other people's money. We do not use our own money. We basically liquidate a credit card, as Audrey did. She took $1,000 off on her credit cards, even though I know she got more recently. we liquidated. So she, in Audrey's case, was just use her cash flow. She took $1,000 off. Okay, and she said every 2 months, Audrey, or you gonna pay it back, or?
No, I'm gonna pay it off in a month, and then I'll rinse and repeat.
Okay, so rinse and repeat. So in this case, Audrey has a car that she's making her current monthly payments at $245, and then she's taking an extra cash flow of $1,000 that she liquidated from one of her credit cards, and she's gonna drop that down as an extra payment. Okay, so that's gonna take her balance down to $1,100. Now every month she's gonna rinse and repeat that. Now remember, this is a 5-year loan at 5% 13. So you're thinking every month she's going to do that, and go every month she's going to basically rinse and repeat. I'm just going to copy and paste. And every month that's taking her balance down, and she's paying off every month on top of making her $245 to that car. Now, normally this is a 5-year loan. So what she just did was she paid off a $13,000 car in a matter of 11 months by using the strategies that we teach her in our program. So she leveraged OPM, she leveraged other people's money and used her cash flow to pay back her debt, her car to her debt, and she paid this off in 11 to 12 months. And that's the power of what we do here. We teach people how to pay off debt at accelerated rate. That debt is gone. She has that $1,000 to reuse on another debt, and plus now she has $245 that increase her monthly cash flow.
Yep. So that is going to conclude our call for tonight. And I just want to, first of all, thank everyone for being on the call. And I didn't do this earlier, but I do want to introduce and make sure I acknowledge Miss Joy Demary, that she is on the call. That is the lovely wife of Mr. Sabor Demary. She's great to work with, a pleasure to be here. And I want to say congratulations to Jonas and on his endeavor with his note, right? And for every person, you're very welcome, Jonas, and congratulations. And you're ready to do more. And
oh yeah,
yeah, you ready?
Hold on. We got another person that got some notes this week that called me. Asha, I see you. I just realized you're on the call. Asha, don't be shy.
Hey, yeah, I'm here, honey. I'm sorry.
You got some
I'm
close
just
notes this week too,
I
right?
know, I'm just so exhausted. Yeah, I just wanted to hop in to support you and say hi to everyone. Yes, we closed on a note.
All right,
Nice.
congratulations, Asha.
Congratulations,
And,
Asha.
I appreciate,
so
ladies.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. So as you can see, everyone, like people and through this program and people getting information, they're making moves in your lives that's going to change their lives. So if you are not a believer, become a believer, right? So we want to thank everyone for being on the call tonight. Thank everybody for all the testimonies. Brandon, Rodney, Audrey, congratulations on what you did. If I missed anyone else who did a testimony, please forgive me. And if you want to get in touch with Sabor, if you didn't put your information in there, you can reach him at info@demary.com. And if we don't talk to you, we'll see you next week on the call. So if you don't have any other questions at this time, we will conclude this call and then we'll see you all next week.
Yeah, somebody should put his email address in the chat. So somebody.
You know what, Jonas? I'll take care of that right now.
I just did it.
Okay, there you go. You have it right there.
I'm putting it again, and I'm putting it again, and I'm putting it again. So
Yeah.
y'all got it.
At Demary Funding, I'm sorry, .com.
Nancy.
I left that out.
Nancy, my king.
Yeah.
Nancy, my king. I appreciate you coming, man. I will see you on the business call on Monday, bro.
And yeah, and hopefully we'll get to see you again on next Friday, sir.
Yes. And next, she said she wants to see you next Friday. She don't realize you work how much you work, do she? that man got a W-2 job. He got 3 businesses that he's currently running. That dude gets it in. I ain't gonna lie to you. His power is about as great as mine.
Well, that's
you talking about
great.
somebody don't sleep.
Well, you know what? That's great to see a young person, a young Black male like that is moving like that. So, you know, that kind of energy we definitely appreciate on the call, because I'm sure there's something that you can add to this that gives somebody some good nuggets or some good content. So thank you very much. And at this time, like I said, we don't want to hold everybody. We really want to keep this to an hour. And next week, we'll see you all next week.
All right, y'all have a wonderful weekend. And thank y'all for coming.